The farmhouse they never returned to. The Carter family had always heard stories about the old farmhouse. It sat alone in the countryside of rural Montana, surrounded by empty fields and dense woods. The property had been tied up in legal disputes for years, and nobody had lived there since Grandpa Carter died. When the court finally granted temporary access, 15 members of the family decided to spend a week there together before selling it. The first 2 days were peaceful. On the third night, strange things started happening. Motion lights switched on for no reason. The dogs growled at the tree line and refused to leave the porch. Several family members reported hearing footsteps circling the house after midnight. Probably deer, Uncle Mike said, but the footprints found the next morning didn't look right. They resembled hoof prints, yet they appeared in places where something seemed to have been walking on 2 legs. The fourth night was worse. Something repeatedly slammed against the barn doors. When the family investigated at sunrise, they found deep scratches carved into the wood. Then came the 5th night. Around midnight, a terrified scream woke everyone. The family rushed to the windows. Dozens of figures stood in the darkness surrounding the farmhouse. At first they looked like people. Then the moonlight revealed their faces. They had the heads of deer. Not normal deer, tall, unnaturally thin creatures with deer-like faces and human-shaped bodies. The creatures slowly circled the house. Then they charged. Windows rattled. The front door shook violently as something slammed against it. The adults immediately armed themselves. Grandpa's old hunting rifles were brought out, and the older family members took positions at every entrance. Several warning shots echoed across the fields. The creatures backed away but never left. All night they watched from the darkness, their glowing eyes fixed on the farmhouse. Nobody slept. At sunrise, the figures were gone. The family wasted no time. They packed their vehicles within an hour and left the property forever. Months later, while preparing the farmhouse for sale, a wildlife officer reviewed security footage captured that night. His conclusion was simple. A large herd of deer had been suffering from a severe neurological disease, likely chronic wasting disease. In the darkness, standing on their hind legs and moving erratically around the property, they appeared horrifyingly human. It explained most of what the family saw. What it didn't explain was why every camera facing the field stopped recording at exactly midnight, or why one final frame showed a tall figure standing among the deer, staring directly into the lens. A figure that wasn't a deer at all. The farmhouse sold the following year. The new owners moved out after 3 weeks.